Wrapping up an engaging study visit with a special tour of ultra-modern facilities and machines of the Jospong group of companies, Gambian delegates inspected the biggest compost and recycling plant in Africa, the Kumasi Compost and Recycling Plant Limited. KCAP does not only deal in liquid and solid waste, but also receives hazardous medical waste that pose immense harm to the environment and natural habitats. As the biggest waste recycling and management firm in the continent, KCAP has the capacity to treat over 2,400 metric tons of waste daily.
So we want to say that the existence of KCAP, medical waste and also the sewage systems have actually improved the lives of people, and by extension, Jospong group of companies is doing its bit in improving the lives of people through these waste management interventions. And the reason why our impact has been felt so far because of all these interventions we've brought in as Jospong Group. And we know that by extension, because of our imprints in Ghana, we want to also make inroads into other African countries to tell our stories and also for them to show them our blueprint in improving lives of people in the space of environmental protection and sanitation as well.
The final stop took officials to the head office of Zoom Lion that offers professional mechanic repair services for vehicles with car washing facilities linked to its maintenance unit. The delegation ended the tour at the Universal Plastic Product and Recycling Limited, where solid waste is turned into pallets which are recycled into waste bins, buckets and bowls, among others.
This is not something that which is a telltale story to us. It is something that we seen the video. We didn't believe that it would be real. When we came in, we show everything that we seen in the video. In fact, we've seen a lot more than that which was presented to us. It is exciting, and it gives us a lot of hope that this perennial problem of waste management in our region, we've almost gotten a solution to it, that which is going to solve it.
And of course the Vice President, so we're here in Ghana for the past few days with this high-level delegation to look into ways of how to solve our waste issue back home. But as we have seen, Ghana had found a solution, an African solution to our problem through the Jospong group of companies, and we're very glad that we have seen it and seen how it is done.
After several visits to the ultra-modern waste facilities of the Jospong group of companies, the management and chairman of the company met with the Gambian delegation to sign an MOU between the National Environment Agency and the Jospong group of companies, earmarked as a major step in the quest to resolve waste management issues in the Gambia.
This is not what we're seeing is believing. Nobody's going to tell you what we saw in the video. In fact, we saw more than what we saw in the video. So which means we have seen more than what we saw in the video, which shows that I'm very convinced and with a very flexible way of how to address problem. And that is what is very much convincing. They are not putting pressure on people, they are not putting pressure that the agreement is going to be based on dealing with issues on a very flexible way.
We always say that the waste is a misplaced resource. Once you place it well, it becomes good. We will find a way of how education, people will collect for value, and then the climate change, carbon credit. Once we do education, and you see, Honorable Minister, what changes people's perception about waste is when they see a plant, that the waste is turned into good use. They will keep the waste so that people will come and buy.
A special award symbolizing exemplary leadership was presented to the Honorable Minister for her proactive efforts to tackle waste management. As the delegation left Ghana after a 4-day study tour, hopes are high that the Gambia can effectively replicate best practices observed as officials await the arrival of the Jospong group of companies for a feasibility study in the country. Awa Manneh, GRTS News.